Hey David, look at you. Did you just survive an office war or something?
Not a war, just a meeting with the boss. But thinking back, there isn't much of a difference.
Haha, that serious? What new trick did your boss pull this time?
My boss has a very special superpower.
Really? Reading minds or walking through walls?
No, way better than that. Turning a 3-line email into a 2-hour meeting.
How magical. Shouldn't a simple understood or okay have done the trick?
In theory, yes. But in reality, a single okay from me triggers 15 follow-up questions.
I really feel for you.
That's not all. My boss has another signature move.
What else?
Turning a tomorrow deadline into as soon as possible. But the subtle part is, you don't even dare to ask any follow-up questions.
Like one look and you just instinctively get it, right?
Exactly. That look is enough to shave years off your mental lifespan.
Sounds familiar. My boss is the exact same.
Does your boss use eye power too?
No, my boss is obsessed with slogans like, "We are a team, we have to work together."
That sounds quite meaningful, doesn't it?
Only on paper. In reality, teamwork means I break my back working while the rest of the team just watches.
Haha. So you're basically a professional team carrier then.
Not even. I times am times the team.
At least you have people to look at. For me, every time my boss hands over more work, he calls it a golden opportunity for self-development.
Sounds more like a sugar-coated curse.
Exactly. Whenever I hear that phrase, I know I'm about to work overtime.
Didn't you push back?
I did. I once courageously asked, "Boss, specifically, which area will I be developing?"
And then what?
And I was immediately handed 3 Excel sheets packed with data to train my analytical thinking.
Haha, definitely developing skills, but skills in endurance.
At my company, everyone is about to attain enlightenment in that particular art.
It's strange. Every office has its own unbelievable legends about the bosses, right?
Absolutely. My boss is the one who turns those legends into a vivid reality every single day.
Joking aside, you still show up to work diligently every day, so you must handle the heat pretty well, right?
It's not that I handle it well, but rather that I've mastered an ultimate survival trick.
What trick? Share it with me.
Nodding vigorously with deep understanding, while my soul has long since drifted out of the meeting room.
Oh my, I've already reached the Grandmaster level in that.
Well then, welcome, fellow seeker, to the Society of Meeting Time Extroverts.
But, jokes aside, work does have its fun moments sometimes, right?
Of course, the best part is the 5th of every month, when the phone dings with the paycheck.
Exactly. At that exact moment, the boss suddenly seems incredibly lovely.
Indeed, salary is the best beauty filter for any boss in any company.
But then again, the bosses must carry a lot of pressure too.
Absolutely. But if the boss feels one level of pressure, we are the ones dumped with advanced assignments to relieve that pressure.
Haha. It sounds harsh, but it's true.
Surviving the workplace is quite an art form.
But at least thanks to that, we have stories to gossip about at the cafe today.
Agreed. Without our bosses inspiring us, where would we get the material for this conversation?
Then we should send a silent thank you to your boss.
No thanks. I think raising a glass to this coffee is much more practical.
Agreed. Take your time though. In the next part, I have plenty of office secrets I want to share with you.
Sounds thrilling. I'm ready to listen.
All right, now let's move on to a more sensitive and dramatic topic.
Hearing that makes me think I should carefully set my coffee down, just in case I get startled and spill it.
Why so tense? It's just, do you ever feel like men and women are like two completely different operating systems?
Yes. Sometimes I think men run on basic Windows, while women run a super advanced operating system, but absolutely without a user manual.
Haha, so you admit that you men are super simple, right?
Not exactly simple. Let's call it minimalist user experience.
Can you give me a specific example?
Very simple. Hungry, eat, tired, sleep, sad, silent. It's a one-step process.
And what about us women? Through your lens.
When a woman is hungry, she'll say anything is fine. But if a man picks the wrong thing, there's going to be trouble.
Spot on. One wrong choice, and you're immediately charged with, you don't even care about my preferences.
Exactly. I once saw a couple almost break up over those 3 words, anything is fine.
Because in a girl's dictionary, anything is fine never actually means you can just pick any random thing.
So, what does it actually mean? Decode it for me, please.
It means you must intuitively know what I want to eat using your sixth sense. Guess wrong and watch out.
That sounds more like a survival test in the Amazon rainforest than going out for dinner.
That's what people call the ultimate art of communication for women.
What about us men? Do we have any art?
Of course, the strategic silence masterstroke, right?
No, ours is called minimizing all risks.
What does that mean?
It means when there's trouble, we pretend it doesn't exist, until it either disappears on its own or just blows up.
Haha, no wonder women complain that you men lack sensitivity and don't pay attention to details.
That's unfair, we do pay attention. But we only focus on the details that matter for survival.
Zookass?
For example, phone battery percentage, if the place has Wi-Fi, and if there's enough cash in the wallet.
And what do you think women pay attention to?
Everything in this world, except for the 3 things I just mentioned.
I admit, you are not wrong at all on that point.
The other day, I asked a female colleague, "Hey, are you okay?"
And how did she reply?
She smiled and said, "I'm totally fine."
Oh boy, that's a highly dangerous red flag.
Exactly. Right after that fine, she narrated in detail 14 different events from 3 days ago to prove she was extremely not times fine.
Well, that's a full, unedited update, complete with expert commentary.
But I only needed a brief summary under 10 words.
Unfortunately, the female operating system doesn't support the summary feature, only extended editions.
What about when men are sad?
Then you guys choose to disappear or become quiet as a mouse, right?
Spot on.
And that exact silence makes women curious, so they ask, "What are you thinking about?"
And we honestly reply, "Nothing."
A grave mistake.
But if I told the truth, that I was wondering whether my pet fish gets sleepy, would you believe me?
Absolutely not. We would think you're making excuses and hiding some earth-shattering secret.
See, caught in a trap either way, there's truly no escape.
But on the bright side, it's these endearing differences that make life interesting.
True. If both sides understood each other completely, this world would be peacefully boring.
A little debating once in a while adds some spice to life.
As long as you don't make us guess if today is the 1-month anniversary of the first time we got ice cream together.
Haha, as for that, there is absolutely no mercy.
I knew there would be an exclusion clause.
But in the end, do you agree on one thing?
What's that?
No matter the differences, both genders share a unique talent, being exceptionally good at giving the other side a headache.
Haha. I completely agree with that. Signed and sealed immediately.
Excellent. Now, prepare yourself for part 3.
Wait, let me take a deep breath. I heard the next part is about texting culture. I feel like the danger level is about to double.
All right, the final and most dramatic part, texting culture. This topic easily causes widespread misunderstandings.
I've prepared myself. But if I suddenly go quiet in a bit, just assume I'm busy reading texts and reflecting on life.
That sounds deeply concerning. Now, what do you think about the differences in texting between the genders?
Quite simple. Men texting is like transmitting raw data.
What about us women?
As for you, you attach emotions, historical context, character development, and sometimes reminders of things from 3 days ago.
Haha, so you mean women like to give speeches through text?
Not at all, I call it deeply meaningful and narratively rich texting.
That sounds like a plausible excuse. So, have you ever replied to a message with just okay?
All the time.
And what was the result?
And to this day, I still don't understand how that innocent word okay could start a Cold War.
Because in the virtual world, an uncapitalized OK with no period and no emoji is a highly dangerous signal.
How is it dangerous? It just means agreement.
It depends on the context. It can mean, I agree, I don't care anymore, I'm angry, or I'm about to blow a fuse.
Just two letters containing a whole sky of moodiness. That is some high-level decoding technology.
What about you men when you receive a massive block of text?
We skim the first line, glance at the last line, and then use our imagination to fill in the middle.
Reading like that, the message gets completely distorted,
But on the upside, it saves a lot of time and memory.
but it completely alters the message they wanted to convey.
At least we are wrong quickly and decisively.
Have you noticed that girls usually reply to texts very quickly?
I'll give you that.
But sometimes they leave it on read for a long time before taking their time to reply.
So, what is that silence after the read receipt actually about?
That is when a cabinet meeting is taking place in their mind,
A meeting that intense?
analyzing whether to reply gently, sound profound, or write a sentence that forces the other person to question their conscience and life.
While a man at that moment is simply wondering, wait, did I press send?
Exactly, that's where the difference lies.
I once ran into this situation. I sent just one short question.
And then,
6 hours later, she replied with a series of 5 counter questions for me to answer.
that's called expanding the topic to increase engagement.
I just wanted a definitive yes or no, but instead got an entire lecture on life philosophy.
Because women believe that nothing in this world is that simple.
And men are truly allergic to your macro-level questions.
That's why it's called the black hole of misunderstanding between the genders.
But the good thing is, when you talk long enough,
Then what?
both sides naturally learn each other's language and code.
That actually sounds a bit romantic and understanding.
For instance, by now I've memorized the lesson. I'm fine actually means I'm extremely not fine.
Kudos to your outstanding progress.
And I've learned from my mistakes. I never reply with just a blunt okay anymore.
So what do you text instead now?
I will write, yes, I got it. I'll take care of this right away.
That sounds much sweeter and more responsible.
The trouble is, after texting that, I get questioned. Are you being serious? Or just texting to get it over with?
Haha, well, women always have a filter to test the sincerity hidden behind the characters.
And we men only check if the text is too long to scroll through without tiring our thumbs.
Haha, so what is your ultimate conclusion after all this?
The conclusion is, texting back and forth daily is no longer just communication.
But rather, it has been elevated to an art form?
No, it's a mandatory survival skill you must pass.
Completely agree.
But on second thought, despite the slight headache, it's still worth it.
Why do you think so?
Because thanks to those messages, we grow closer, or at least see the other's effort to understand us.
Today you suddenly sound so philosophical and warm.
After everything, I've learned a lesson written in blood.
What lesson is that?
Never, under any circumstances, reply with just a single okay.
Finally, you've graduated from this course.
But sometimes I still want to test myself by texting that okay anyway.
And that is exactly why this world will never have true peace.
But life is more interesting that way, right?
True, just as interesting as our chat here today.
Absolutely. Going from bosses to men and women, and then texting culture, we've just completed a highly quality session of decoding humanity.
But it seems there's still one unsolved mystery.
What mystery?
Why did our coffee cups empty out so fast?
That truly is the most difficult riddle of the day.
So, shall we wrap it up here for today?
Agreed. Hopefully next time we meet, we'll still have this understanding, or at least still have enough patience to understand each other.
And most importantly, remember, say no to the blunt okay.
I'll do my best, or at worst, I'll add a question mark at the end to build suspense.
Ha ha. Then the danger level has climbed to a whole new height, my friend.